What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode. Season 2 is now upon us. Today we're going to have a little look at the transfers and start the opening day. If you missed the episode yesterday, it was just a very brief sort of update to tell you that we're going to be changing the way the series is run. More videos, fingers crossed, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays with possible uploads on the weekend. So keep an eye out for that. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember to hit the like button to help with the old YouTube algorithm. But for now, here's over to me with the transfers and the live com. Take it easy, guys. First through the door in the summer transfers was Ruben Reid. Now, a lot of people know him from his exploits in the Football League. He's on a bit of a decline. You can see there's quite a few downward facing arrows going on here, so that's not great. But he should be a solid signing for us, should be able to do a job for us this season. Whether or not he'll be with us longer than this season, I don't know. We'll see how he progresses as he goes along. But for me, a very solid signing, strong. Not got as much pace as maybe I would have liked, but he's fairly naturally fit. 11's not great, but not terrible. But like I say, a strong forward, should hopefully bag us a few goals. Although 8 finishing seems a bit low for him, really. Now, I may butcher this name, but Mazia Kuyar has come in, and he's actually an Afghan international, 22 years of age. He's come in after his release from Warsaw. Been impressed with him in pre-season from what I've seen from him. 3 games, 2 goals, 2 assists, not been bad at all. Expecting really big things from him this season. Goalkeeper Sam Booth comes in. He's released by Crewe. I know Sam, I've seen him play for the youth team at Crewe a couple of times. I'm a Crewe season ticket holder for those who don't know. I've seen him play a couple of times, so I thought we'll give him a go. And he's actually better than Josh Tibbetts, but he picked up an injury early pre-season. He's still working through that. His attitude in game has been pretty poor towards me so far. When I tried to talk to him about his injury, he chucked his telly out of the pram a little bit, but I think that's because he's new and my manager's rating isn't great. So we'll see how he goes, but I'm pleased to have him on board. Decent goalkeeper for the level we're at. There's a lot of downward pointing arrows in James Weir, but I thought I was going to take the risk. You know, he's been at Hull, Wigan, Man United, recently Bolton, brought him in. He's taken a bit of time to pick himself up a bit. Whether he's a little bit down about dropping into non-league, I don't know. But hopefully, fingers crossed, he'll turn out to be a bit of a bargain. He's looked alright in pre-season. If worse comes to worse, we have to sell him. At least we should make a bit of money off him. Andrew Ijuwol, I'm going to say. Sorry if I butcher that. He is very decent. Not got much strength and stamina, which is a bit of a concern, but he's done alright coming off the bench in friendlies, so we may be using him a little bit more as an impact substitute than anything. He's got 2 goals in these appearances so far. Former Huddersfield player. He's decent. He's come in when I've needed him to in the friendlies, and he's done exactly what I wanted him to do. Come in, be a nuisance and score a goal or 2, and he has done. So you can't ask for more than that, can you? Lucas Device. Now this guy interests me. He's come from Southampton after release. He's Belgian and he's bloody good for this level of football. Bloody good. I think he'll develop quite well. If we can get him going right, we need to improve our training facilities. They're what are holding us back a bit at the moment as well. They're not great, so players are coming in and having a bit of a dip when they join, and then slowly sort of levelling out and improving or not improving as they go along. But I'm pinning some hopes. Excuse me, I just had to clear my throat there. I'm pinning some hopes on this guy that we're going to be able to make a bit of money off him in the future. I think he will go on to play for a bigger club. He will want to leave us at some point soon, I dare say. Need to try and get him for another season if he doesn't impress enough to get somebody to bid for him this year, but we should be able to make a little bit of dollar off this fella. Mustafa Olagunji is also here again. Apologies. Ogunju, sorry. Apologies for butchering the name. I'm sorry. When I'm not recording, I can say these names no problem. The second I start recording, my brain just goes John Smith, John Smurf. It's terrible. Anyway, back to this. Another Huddersfield youngster who's come in, trialled him for a bit to see how he did, and he was really good in training. The 2 games that he played really well, so I decided I was going to take the plunge and bid for him, offer him a deal. He's on a pay as you play, which a lot of the players are, the ones I wanted to keep and stuff. A lot of them would only take pay as you play. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? So yeah, it's one of those. We could risk losing him at some point. We'll just have to fight off any interested parties for him. Hopefully eventually we'll be able to get him on a permanent, part-time deal, and then we can make some money from the sale when it comes along. And lastly, but by no means least, it's been a nightmare to get a left back, an absolute nightmare. We have looked everywhere, we have approached everyone, and nobody wanted to join us. And now I noticed Rennie Steer was available, so I picked him up. He's been released by Maidenhead. He's a very solid player for this level. Came into the pre-season games, 3 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. He's been really, really decent. So it was obviously meant to be. Got him on a deal till the end of the season, so we'll see how we do. We're not going to make profit from this guy. He's in his 30s now, but he's a solid player, and hopefully he may be our left back for a season or 2 and do us a decent job and keep us in this league. So those are the new faces we've had in. This is how we've done in pre-season so far. We opened up with a 2-1 defeat at home to Wolves. Wasn't really fussed about it. We'd literally just come back from our pre-season holiday. We played really quite well, to be honest, if we have a look at it. We weren't terrible, but why is it doing this? Oh, I accidentally reset all of my preferences earlier, so I'm having to maneuver them as I go along and change them back to what they were. So yeah, we didn't play badly. In fact, we outplayed them for a lot of the game, but their quality shone out in that one. We then went on to face Crewe, who are a senior affiliate club. We didn't play brilliantly in this one. Josh Green was having a nightmare. He was filling in at left back, and I was starting to worry, thinking, oh my god, I do not want to be going into the season with him at left back as our only left back and our number one. He's not our only left back. We do have a kid who's come through, but as our main left back. Also, we did have Aaron Lomas on trial with us. Oh, he's actually signed for Chippenham now. Oh, that's good for him. Fair play to him. He was on trial with us, but we had a lot of players in those positions, so we decided not to go with him. But we dropped to a 3-1 defeat against Crewe. At Worksop, we managed to pick up a win. A very good win as well. We played really decent football. This young man, Sam Lakin, is the best player from our youth intake last season. I've given him one of Chilled Moose's in-game regen or new gen, whatever you want to call them, faces. I'll drop a link in the description to her Patreon down below. That is the only way you can get them. She does have some free faces on FM Scout, and there's a video to show you how to install them. So that's for those of you interested in that. Where are we now? A 3-1 win over Bedworth. They're one of my local teams to where I live. I grew up in the Neatham. They're not far away from there. We beat them by 3-1. A very good performance. Bit disappointed to concede the goal. It was their first attack, I think, and they scored. Ruben Reid getting on the score sheet there. Danny Shelley, who has remained at the club now. We were talking about releasing him, but he stayed. So that was a solid performance. A 0-0 against Carlton. We absolutely dominated it, just couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. Was a bit annoyed with that one. And then last time out, we ended it with a 6-2 win over Sheffield. Absolutely dominant, really well played. Some nice little goals in there. Good to see the new boys, Kuyar and Steer, on the score sheet in that one. And Dylan Parker and Milan Bars as well. So a decent pre-season all in all. So when I looked at this early on, the predictions, we were predicted to finish second, which worried me a little bit. I was like, oh, that's a bit pressurised. But now things have panned out and signings have been made, transfers and all that sort of stuff. The media have now dropped us to a 7th spot, which would make us playoff contenders, I believe. Just double check that. Yep, we'll be the last playoff place. So they're expecting big things from us. Can we deliver? I bloody hope so, because it'd be nice to go up again. And before we kick off the season, These are our club visions, so to speak. Sign players under 23, which we've been doing, bar a couple of them. Play attacking football, possession football, make the most of set pieces, play high tempo. We've kind of been doing that already, so that's not too much of a worry. Work within the budget we are now, because they've upped our budget, which is fantastic. They want us to finish mid-table. First qualifying round the FA Cup and reach the third round of the FA Trophy. No Velocity Trophy this year. Bit of a shame, that. So we're at home on the opening day to Curzon Ashton, and this is the team we've gone with. We've got Tibbets in goal, debut for Steer at left back, debut for Olagunju in the central defence with Sanders and Moore. Then we've got Device making his debut in front of the back four, and the two central midfielders are James Weir, obviously on his debut, and Jones Griffiths, with Kuyar out on the right, also making a debut, and on the left, Millen Bars with Dylan Parker up top. Gone goalkeeperless on the bench because Booth is still a little bit injured, so the youngster Lakin comes into the bench. Jones, Ijawol, Reed and Burns, and they've gone with a 4-4-2. Callum Saunders is up top for them, former Crew player, dangerous. They've got a youngster making his debut. It's interesting. Let's have a quick look at him. He's come through their youth system. Could do a decent job. He's wanted by some league clubs already, so he could be a decent player. We'll keep an eye on him. So yeah, let's see how we crack on with this. And here we are. We've changed the kit. I don't know if you noticed it. Gone with a new kit. Is this all the same? It is. It hasn't. Oh, hang on a minute. Yep, no, that's fine. Excellent stuff. Got a free kick. Comes in. Weir clears it. Oh dear. Oh God, look at them bombing forwards. Look at them bombing forwards. So many of them. And it's come across. It's been cleared just somehow. I was a bit over the top from James Weir. We had a player right next to him. We've got a throw in. Here's Jones Griffiths. Moore sends it across. It's been knocked down. They got James Bailey as well playing for them. I think I've noticed James Bailey's there for them as well. Not the midfielder, the defender who played for Crew. Here's Millen Bars. Lovely ball out. He's been stopped though, but can he pull it back? He does. Dylan Parker! I think that hit the woodwork. We've started relatively well. Weir's been body checked there. And is that a second yellow? It is. And James Bailey's been taken off. They've had a man sent off inside 20 minutes. They've got a throw right at the back there. We're going to try and build this play up. We're pressing them. Well, Parker's pressing them. Force them into a long, aimless ball. Sanders has picked it up. Lovely ball out wide to Millen Bars. Can he pick somebody out? He cannot. He's pummeled it straight into the defender there. But we've picked it up again, and again finds Bars into Weir. Come on, James. Go on, Weir. Weir! Oh, so close. So close. We've got another corner. Parker sends it in. Go! Just over the top. We're really pressing them here, aren't we? Another corner. Here goes Parker. Can we get this time? We can't. Oh, if only we could get a freaking header on target. So we've been absolutely dominant at half time, but I'm going to tell them that I'm not happy with it, because I want them to go out there and really push for this goal. We've been so close. Another corner. Can we get one on target this time? No, it didn't reach anybody. Sanders dawdling with it, but manages to get it. It's a goal! Yes, Mazia Kuyar on his debut, his professional debut for us anyway, senior debut, competitive debut. It's a debut, for God's sake, and it's gone in. I mean, we didn't do very well there. Sanders dawdled with it a little bit on the edge of the area, manages to pick Parker out, who slots it in, and Kuyar with a lovely finish in at the near post. Keeper should have done better. 1-0 Stafford Rangers. Come on, they've got an attack now, and of course they've equalised immediately after doing nothing all game. Of course they have. Why else wouldn't they? Let's have a look at that. Thorley nodded it down. Who are these? That's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. I brought Reed and Lakin on for Bars and Parker, because Millen Bars has done alright, but he's just not produced anything, and that's another foul. Surely that's another man off. It is another man off. Surely. He's already been, but that's 2 men down. Come on now, stop messing around. The 10-men thing on Football Manager normally sees the opposition play better, but surely with 9 men. Get on it. They'll probably beat us now with 9 men. I can see it coming. It's written in the stars. Well blocked. Well done. Here's Weir. Picks out Lakin, the youngster. He cuts it into steer. Oh, device. I mean, I wouldn't have gone for the shot, but fair enough. This is going to be a nightmare. If we can't win this, I'm going to be furious. I'm not happy with this at all. Here's Kuyar. What is that all about, man? This is so infuriating. That is infuriating. I don't normally go aggressive, but I've gone aggressive with them. They've taken it well. Not happy with that at all. So after that infuriating opening day of drawing 0-0 with 9 men, despite having 300,000 corners, we are sitting in 12th. It's not the end of the world. I'd have taken a point at the beginning of the video, so I suppose I have to take it on the chin. We just couldn't seem to get anything to work. I tried moving things around, changing things around. It just didn't quite click today. But there's quite a few new players in, so I suppose that might have something to do with it. I don't know. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry about that. I feel a bit deflated about that, but never mind. It's a point. It's not a loss. Could have been worse, I suppose. If you have enjoyed the video, please remember to hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode, where hopefully we can actually put the ball in the back of the net when we get a corner. Bye bye.